not much to look at. You notice it took all the displays off since I changed out the controller with the sine wave. Um, I couldn't get the wiring out to rewire it, so I just took it off for now until I move because everything's packed. But this is the one that was apparently a 50 amp at 1500 watt, which it's not. I'm not too sure what's under it, but I'm pretty sure it's not. I took it out for a couple of rides, and it definitely feels like maybe a 35, if that. And definitely a little over 500. It's definitely not 1500 watt. I'm going to go with maybe 1000 if you're lucky. Simple wiring setup. You don't even need this one plugged in because that's for the devices for your alarm and that. So you don't need that. Pretty smooth. The motor with the ebikes.ca, the motor is dead silent. I picked this up in 2023, and this one here, when I had it on dual motor, didn't work very good, and I thought it was the controller was bad, but I'm guessing it had a bad reaction to the non-sine wave controller, I guess. You can't mix them up. That's what I'm finding. But this one, I basically put all the wires, yellow to yellow, green to green, blue to blue on everything, even the hulls, and it just fired right up. And it's super smooth. It's supposed to have also some firmware that if it detects the battery voltage to a certain level, it'll actually step down the amp draw, which I guess we'll see if that actually works. It's supposed to extend your range. See, I haven't even soldered it up yet. Everything is packed away. I pulled the soldering iron out and I just haven't set it up yet. Unfortunately, there's no display with this, but it does have, I believe, a 3-speed switch, which I've been running it on with no switch. So basically, it was probably at medium speed, and it's actually pretty fast. So I'm kind of happy with that. But what we are going to do is we're going to plug one in and just set it on the bike, see if it actually makes a difference when I change the speeds. I gotta have something to change the speeds with. So we'll try that out. Today's a terrible day. It's not even warm. It's weird. I got rid of the front hub motor. Picked that up for a couple of bucks at Sport Swappers. Got a good deal on it. The reason the mounting bolts for the disc rotor were bent is because of the weight of the bike. You had 2 hub motors plus the batteries. This bike weighed a ton. And this bike is going to be retired soon anyway. As you can see on the back, I got some weld holes in it. She's seen better days. Eventually this is going to collapse. I got rid of the shock, so this thing will shove the seat right up your ass when you hit a bump, which I don't like. But you don't want a shock when you got that on the back. So, which has held up, surprisingly. I keep looking for that crack right there. But it's holding up. It's not coming loose or anything, so it's a good deal there. But yeah, I didn't really give this controller a fair shake when I first picked it up. And some people actually jumped on me because of it. And I was wrong. It actually is a good controller for 45 bucks. So it's definitely worth picking up. I'm just going to go downstairs and pick up the 3-speed switch. We'll just plug it in and wrap it around the bar just to test it out. And if it works, I'll install it. Another mod I would like to do is take the display off the brain power controller since it is dead, and I want to pin out the wiring harness that goes into the controller, see if I can rewire it to work with another controller. I think that would be pretty cool. I do know if it doesn't detect the pick that's in the controller, it will just flash error, but maybe there's a way around that. Another thing I'd like to try eventually is taking 2 controllers of different voltages and swapping the picks to see what would happen. That'd be kind of cool. But for now, let's go get the plug and plug it in and see what it does. Yeah, I wasn't kidding when I said everything was packed. I got to be out of here within this month, hopefully. Had to pack everything away, move into a new location. I have no idea what set I'm going to have there set up, but we're going to keep doing what we're doing. Basically, everything I have out here is just basically for the e-bike, going through it. Anyway, I'm hoping we still have that wiring harness that I picked up a while ago. It's just basically a switch that hopefully I can just plug right directly into. Oh, that's just sad to look at. Tested it, not bad. That one goes with the other one. That's from the motor type. I had that on the bike briefly on the rear. It was all right. That's some other ones here. 500 water. That's at 500 through 36 volts. I even keep cases. Don't ask me why. One sec. I swear that water heater down here knows when I come down here. Had that one installed when I lived at 1212. This one, yeah, I tested that one too at 1212. That was the AliExpress controllers. I tested on a small hub motor, and I had it up against a fence, and I was digging into the ground. This one's at 18 amp at 350 watt. This actually got a lot of power in that little thing. This is the brain power, which we'll actually leave out. It's too bad. I managed to fix the FETs on this thing, and it's still got a bad throttle. And everybody knows this one here, the beast, the 80 amp. Yeah, it's Bluetooth and everything. I would love to use that again, but it just doesn't work well on an e-bike. It's got to be one of those electric bikes, motorcycle type. This is the parts from the display that I ended up taking off because I don't have the wiring right now. Once I move, I'll reset it up. But what we're here for is that switch, just so I can test it. Oh, let me guess. This is it, right? Oh, of course, the wires have been fucking cut. Damn it. Gotta be another one here. Ooh, no. Another one with the cut wires. What is with me cutting wires? Stuff like that, I would just leave the connector on. I'm not even too sure why I cut it. This, I would like to rewire to work on other controllers, if possible. We'll see. Like I said, well, I will leave this out, and we're going to do a video on pinning out, see where each one of those wires goes, and then we'll go from there. Okay, that's a horn. I guess that's all I got. I got these two here. That's 3. And that's 3, so I don't know which one's better here. I'm going to have to wire them up regardless. This one's got a lot more lead on it. We'll take that one. Horn. Cool. Anyway, let me put this away and see what's going to take to wire this up. In the future, I'm going to have to start labeling my boxes because I can't find my voltmeter or my multimeter to test the leads on this. We're going to have to wing it because I don't know what's center, what's left, what is right, what's high, what's low. Oh well. We'll just basically shove the wires into the connector. I'm hoping that's the setup there. Green, yellow, and red. We'll find out. Actually, I'm going to leave these off. They got to be glued. Just coming apart. Basically, I cover the holes in the top for the battery mod. I did years back. So I'll leave that like that. Bring this down here. Good enough. Yeah. Well, given it's already had yellow, I'll put yellow to yellow, black to green, and red to gray. That doesn't work. I can just basically jump off the bike and switch it around. That's out of the way. So yeah, I'm surprised it did turn out to be a really good controller. I'm going to be making some changes to the channel as well. Not major. I'm going to have it set up for people that want to pay for subscription. This way I can share with them projects that I won't share with just the general public. If you want to see it, you have to pay for it. I think I'm going to be asking like $2 a month to subscribe to it for the paying videos. It'll go all towards the channel, which will benefit you in the long run because you'll have better projects and better funding for products as well. The mod, when I do the mod for the display, the heads-up display, and the pinout and everything else, I'll go into detail on that, and that'll be part of the subscriber thing. We'll be sharing it with the general public right away. So I'm sure someone will steal it and try and resell it anyway. But for now, we'll have that set up. Once I get moved into my new place, I will make the changes. Everything's ready to go. I just had to hit start. So let's see if that holds. But anyway, we'll give that controller a try. We'll see if I can get it dialed in with the 3-speed switch. At least I have that, since I don't have the display right now. And then once I move, then we'll rewire the whole bike. I'm probably going to replace the, like I showed you the frame. It's done. I'm either going to buy one used or pick up a Walmart bike and start over. Obviously, with the setup I have now, I would like to have it where it has a solid back end. Unless it's a back end that's got a shock in a certain way where the whole back end, including the seat post, pivots at the same time. I don't know. Maybe if it was it was split right in half, the frame. But depending on the frame layout, I will or won't have a shock on it. I prefer a shock. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, take it easy, guys. Be safe.